Hi guys, long time since last time. It has happened a lot of things, not just in my life. I know it happened a lot of things with you. The transformation that started after New Year has been really, really powerful, and the last two full moon have been, what do you say, blow away your mind. And we have a new one coming up now, April 25, that is also eclipse. So it should be really interesting to see. And maybe with the two last one that have been so powerful, maybe this one is going to get something more wholeness, something a little bit more calmness, something more bringing what we can expect a little bit further this year. Today I'm not going to do so much channeling. Today, in fact, I'm going to share some of my personal story. So if you think that is not what I want to hear, you can just turn on. Turn it off. It's okay. The reason to why I wanted to share this is that I have a feeling it can have something I share with other, and I also get message from my Upa that it can help other people, so that's why I'm doing it. This weekend have been strange because Vilja was with over in England with the World Drum, and there were some events at the Wild Boar with the Druids. And since he was in England, we couldn't call and talk so much because it's really expensive. And also, it was interesting to be home alone in Bø, as I suddenly felt some challenge I have coming, sneaking, and it is something I am touching now and then, but it's coming up in 3 times, very powerful. And I know with me, when it's coming up in 3, I really, really need to do something with it. And Vilja has really helped me also to suddenly I realize what it is about. So because every time he asks what it is about, why am I so upset? Why does my tears just pouring and I can't stop? And I feel this really pain, this emptiness, this loneliness, and I'm not belonging anywhere. And when I said to him last time it happened, I said, I think we need to do a soul retrieval. I think something, well, I don't think, I know something is missing. And he went in and found an article that Nwadi Shah Ayla Gope has written, where he said that finding the soul bits in itself is not most important, but it is in fact to do something with the shock energy that is left. The shock energy that happened when you lost these soul bits. And when I read his article, I read it, suddenly I realized he is totally right. You can go back and find a lot of your soul bits, but as long as you don't do anything with the shock energy is left, it will not really change. Then I heard this powerful story from a wonderful, wonderful lady I know, Louise Fontaine, where she was 9 years old, was sending from Greenland to Denmark to learn to be Danish and learn to come better to Greenland. And this story I know some children in Greenland has experienced, Aboriginal people in Australia, a lot of native people have experienced this. And again, I felt this. I mean, her story was really emotional to listen to, so again, my tears was just falling. But suddenly again, I also realized it was triggering this emptiness in me. And suddenly I realized it is this sorrow. And it was really, really tough evening and night, where I was, again, really upset, and it felt like I was fighting for my soul. It felt like I was fighting against something that wanted to swallow me up. And I felt lost, even if I had Vilja with me. And he did go in and get some of my soul bits back. We talked about this morning, and I suddenly said to him, do you know, this has to do with sorrow. Even when I was a teenager, I had this wonderful doctor. He said to me, he was also anthroposophic, that if you take a child from a different culture, different environment, and put it in a totally new one, it will give a shock for this body. It will give you a sorrow, but you don't know about it. And it's not that I say that every child that has been adopted has this challenge as I have, but I do a lot of other adopted, or a lot of other people, children, adult one, that has for some reason been taken away from the original environment, the original culture, country, and put into a new one. And that has the effect, and it still has the effect today. Even if it doesn't look outside. It was like Vilja was saying, your family doesn't look like you have a different, look different. Your family look as you one of your family member. But other people ask, where are you from? Because I don't look Norwegian. I don't look white. And he said also that he know a lot of people that is adopted that also have a lot of challenge. And it has to be with this sorrow to do. Where do I really belong? Where am I from? And it's not like I have this identity crisis like I had when I was a teenager. This is more like this shock energy is still left in my body, and I know it is time to do something with it. It is April 22nd today. April 14 was my birthday. And last year I was in Bergen in the West Coast and taking the decision I'm moving north. And that was for me one step to coming home, one step to be whole. Because the energy up here, the people up here, the nature is so special. It's so powerful, it's so amazing that you need to come up here to believe what I'm talking about. And I know a lot of you are struggling. And it is like, what can I do? Or shall I just stop with what I'm doing? For me, it's a little bit different, even if it sounds a little bit like bullshit ego. I know what I can do. I've seen my power. I've seen what I can do with it. But in the same time, I feel that, call it almost like a dark side of me, it's almost like fighting for me, like, come over here because here you can just lay down, here you can just rest, here you don't need to be out with people, here you don't need to take any decision, you can just stay here for the rest of your life. And even if that emptiness is tempting, I will never let it go so far. But to feel on this sorrow that I don't really know where it's coming from, I suddenly now begin to really understand. It has in fact something to do with I am being pulled up from my roots, from my country. Even if I was 10 months old, I have the impact from I was living 10 months in Korea. I have the impact for 9 months in my mother's womb. And a lot of course, people can say that's just bullshit, that is just crap. A young baby can't have any memories. Well, maybe I don't have memories consciously, but I have it in my body. I have it in my gene. And it gave me challenge, not just me, it's gave a lot of people challenge. But again, back to what I can do is that one of my strengths is that I can go in and look at, I can go in and embrace everything that I feel and decide that I need to do something with it now. And that is coming back to why I'm sharing this personal aspect of me with you. It's nothing special with my story. There's a lot of other people that also has had this, that have been pulled up, placed outside the family, going back to the family. Even if it is in Norway, it has impact for you. And that is important to acknowledge. It is a part of you. It's a part of you that is important. A lot of my clients and students, I see they are running from themselves. And I do know there's a lot of pain, there's a lot of emotion, there's a lot of things that you don't really want to open up for. But what if the possibility is to open up? Embrace it. Begin to transform what you don't need to have anymore, and what you want to have with you, take it with you. Stop searching outside yourself. There is so many that's coming to me saying, what am I going to do? Oh, I feel this and I feel this. And I said to you, but what do you feel inside? You have all the right answer inside yourself. You don't need to come to me to get a confirmation of what you already feel is right. I know I sometimes can be very hard with the people I work with my clients. But I am 100% and more convinced that we do have the answer in ourselves. Begin to start using our power to search inside ourselves. Of course, it's good to go out and get some inspiration. Yes, I need it also. But I don't think the answer is outside. So with everything that has happened, take sometimes a time out. Sit down and just listen. There is this shamanic saying, when did you stop singing? When did you stop dancing? And when did you stop listening? And I make a fourth one. And when did you stop living? Because if you don't dance, sing, and listen, what are you then? So instead of me making some sound for you today, I want to share, I found a recording with Will with Friends, that I'm part of this group. And there was something in the music. This is a recording we never have put out, and it's just from a rehearsal. But there is some in the energy. There is some tempting. There is some challenging in it. To find yourself a quiet place. Take a good breathing 3 times. And then find the silence in you. And just listen. So this story, this song, just called Sound. I wish you all a beautiful day, beautiful journey ahead. And then suddenly, I will be back with a new recording. So, thank you for wanting to listen and see who you are, what you are in all its beauty. Thank you.